Welcome back to another video. So today we are back to talk more about Chainsaw Man. So Chainsaw Man chapter 126 dropped this week, but I'm finally getting to it now. And I really want to talk about this. Is one of the biggest chapters we got in the last few weeks or so. Well, all the chapters have been super big, but this is like big. This is like big. So let's get into it. So the chapter starts off with the Fallen Devil and Denji continuing their fight, and then they start talking. And the Fallen Devil says to Denji, "You must be Chainsaw Man. I won't kill any more humans. There's no need for us to fight. My final task is to drop Asa Mitaka into hell, and then I'll take my leave." And then Denji like retorts back asking like, "Asa?" And then the Fallen Devil said, "That's it. That's all I want to do. That's all I gotta do. And then I'm a dip." And then Denji is like, nah, like, because she like he fucks with Asa. Like he even says like, "Keep your hands off my ex potential girlfriend," which is nuts. So like that proves also that like Denji and Asa do have like similar feelings to each other. Like they do like each other, and so I'm just glad that both of them are like basically they both admit to each other that they both like each other basically, but not to each other, and basically talking about how they both really fuck with each other. And then the Fallen Devil grabs Denji when he charges towards her with her finger and says, "You're impeding my cooking. I must ask you to leave." And then she activates her falling ability, and we get to see Denji like his trauma or like his regrets, and we get to see Power and Aki, like Power when she got literally like massacred by Makima, and then we get to see freaking Aki whenever he got turned into the Gundam, and then he actually starts to like start raising up. He starts falling up, and I'm like, dang, I forget, like Denji really does have trauma. Like he does have like things that he regrets, and so the Fallen Devil's ability would affect him. But then as soon as like she turns away, Denji does like a dive bomb and like slices her like in half, right? And then the Fallen Devil's like super surprised, like wondering like what's going on. And then Denji said, "When I fight devils that use mental attacks, I cut up my brain as a rule." So I'm guessing he like cuts the part of his brain where like his memories are at or whatever, so that like he's not affected, because basically the whole Fallen Devil's ability relies on the person's ability to remember their trauma or remember their past. So if he just cuts up the part of the brain where like he's gonna like, if he cuts up some part of his brain, he's gonna forget it and he's not gonna care. Then it doesn't matter if like if it's gonna impede his memory, because he's just gonna heal it back, so it doesn't really matter. And then Denji talks to the Fallen Devil and starts talking about corn dogs, and then the Fallen Devil starts calling him stupid, and you just see that Denji is like just trying to eat her like while she's just on the floor. I'm gonna censor it. I'm probably not even gonna show it because it's pretty crazy. I'm trying to not get copyrighted, but like it's nuts. And the Fallen Devil's like saying, "Perhaps you're right though. A chef out to experience being eaten at least once." And you see that like it's looking like Denji got the upper hand. And then you see that the Fallen Devil's basically just like gone, and Denji's just looking at like her intestines. And then the Fallen Devil says, "Thank you for the 5-star experience. If you excuse me, it's time I return to my cooking," and just heals, but heals like right in front, like in Denji. So like she's like literally like in his torso, like splitting his torso like in half, which is hilarious to see. I was just like, her healing is on another level so far than compared to like some other devils. Like she's been put to like pieces and pieces, but I guess it doesn't really matter because I don't know what contract she has with that one caterpillar devil, but I'm assuming maybe that every time she dies, the caterpillar devil does something for her, or maybe she just has like godlike regeneration where you have to destroy every single piece of her, and she could just come back, because that's how she came to be in the first place, from like humans' dead body parts, and like formed herself. So I don't know how they're gonna beat the Fallen Devil, but she definitely seems like a really hard opponent to beat. And you see that Denji's still fighting and puts the chainsaw like in her head, and then she like flicks him, and she's not even really like invested in Denji, which is kind of nice to see, because someone like Denji in part 1 was always someone that like everyone was trying to go for because of his heart and stuff. But it seems like the Fallen Devil's not really interested in him like at all. Like at all. Like she like, if she eats the chainsaw devil, she's gonna get stronger. Isn't that like a normal thing in Chainsaw Man, that if you eat a devil's heart, like any devil's heart, even if they're weak, they're still gonna get a little bit stronger? But she doesn't care about him at all. Her goal is to just get to Asa Mitaka, put her in hell, and then she's gonna leave. Like this is like a devil that's not even about like killing people for real. She's just about getting her job done and then getting out, which is really interesting. It's really interesting. And so she starts to fly away, and we see that Denji is just on the ground, just gone, right? And like he's like lamenting, he's like, "Get back here." And you see a little bit of time goes by, and then we see some shoes, and we see a person cut their hand and give Denji some of their blood, and says, "I still need you to fight Chainsaw Man." Now here we got to figure out who this character is. So I have two thoughts, but I'm gonna tell you why one of them I don't think it is. So at first I thought this was Kobani because of the shoes. It was really looking like Kobani, and I saw the sword and I thought, oh, that looks like Kobani uses swords. That's cool. But no, I researched more. Kobani uses more like bigger swords, like a kitchen knife, more than like this sword. This sword looks like more of like a slender, sleek sword. It's giving a lot of Aki, right? The other option, which is probably the biggest and the easiest one to think of, is probably Hirofumi, because I remember I was re-looking it up. I'm pretty sure Hirofumi uses swords like this, and this looks like closer to like his figure. Like the person isn't like super big or super skinny or anything like that. They look like just a normal build, and I remember Hirofumi using the sword. And also we know that he knows from faming that like there's a devil here, like the devil's already here and stuff like that. So I think he knows that. So I think he came to like basically like he's not gonna really help Denji. He's more like reviving Denji, because you know Denji can keep going as long as he wants, as long as he got blood. So I'm leaning towards Hirofumi, but I would not be surprised if it's just a whole other character that we're supposed to know. And so after that, we see that the Fallen Devil's still riding to like where Asa is, and like she finds her, and that's the end of the chapter. So we have to wait a week, but so far, like I said, I think it is Hirofumi, because it like from everything we know, he's the only like devil hunter left like in the area that we know about, and he was just talking to Famine before the Fallen Devil spawned in. And so I think that he's the one that was like over like Denji's body and being like, yo, like you need to keep on fighting and stuff like that. So I think that's Hirofumi. What I'm trying to figure out, we still gotta figure out what she needs Asa for, and said that she's gonna like the Fallen Devil said that she's gonna feed her to the people in hell. So I don't know specifically what's up with like Asa and Yoru. I don't know if there's like a certain like part of their body that's just gonna like make them like super strong, or maybe Yoru and Asa have an ability that no one knows about yet. Like maybe because usually in Chainsaw Man, the way that the devil's system works, or the cycle, is that if you're a devil, you live in hell. And if you're killed in hell, you spawn on Earth. And when you're on Earth, if you get killed on Earth, you spawn back in hell, right? And the stronger that the fear is for the human population, the stronger you are as a devil. So certain devils in hell, like the Darkness Devil or the Primal Fear Devils, are really strong. And some of them, it's really hard for them to get to like Earth. Like the Darkness Devil has never been to Earth because how strong he is. He's never been killed in hell. And maybe Yoru or Asa have something special about them to where if another devil eats them, maybe they're allowed to automatically spawn into hell or something. That's just an idea, but there's obviously a reason why they're going for Asa and not the Chainsaw Man. It's also because this is like Asa's like part. Part 2 is Asa's part, so she is the main character. So I'm guessing like either everyone's scared of the Chainsaw Man, or like there's something specifically about Asa that can help those devils get out of hell, and that's why they want to eat her. But that's just my thoughts. I don't think there's nothing really else to talk about the chapter. The chapter was really straightforward. We have another chapter next week, so luckily there's no 2-week break yet, so we're gonna get constant action of this. But I'm assuming next chapter, I'm really thinking it's gonna be I think Denji's gonna show up, and it's gonna be Denji, Asa versus the Fallen Devil, or maybe Denji, Asa, and if that's Hirofumi that gave Denji the blood, Denji, Asa, Hirofumi, new group, like a new Denji power and Aki, that'd be really cool. So that's the end of the chapter. Like I said, thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and see more content like this, and hit that bell to post it consistently. And I'm gonna see you guys next time. Peace.